This time I'd like to welcome our representatives from World Renew. They'll introduce them, who they are, and they will lead us through a brief presentation on the fundraising opportunities for VBS starting next week. Chile.
Good morning, Church. We are really excited to be here this morning. My name is Chidi, and I'm here with my colleague Giselle from World Renew Canada. Before I continue our presentation, I would love to thank your congregation for your years of support to the global work of World Renew globally. World Renew has been around for the past 62 years, serving and working alongside the vulnerable communities in more than 30 countries. Without the contribution of your church, there wouldn't be any World Renew. We are here to tell you today that the work of World Renew is changing lives. It's changing the story of poverty in all those global communities. During the time of need, in time of disaster, and in time of drought in areas that they don't have any hope from the government. We are privileged, myself and Giselle and some of our crew, we went to East Africa for the 2 weeks. We just came back 2 weeks ago. We went to Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya. We saw all the good things happening based on the support of congregations like yours. We're here to tell you that we are supporting and we are representing the denomination in a very positive way God is doing. So today we're going to do a little, we were invited by Emily to just present to the kids, because we heard that the kids are doing a presentation, doing a project for the mud break, that every day they're changing different animals. We're here to tell you some of the transformational stories of what is happening in the global south based on the gift catalog. Friends, it's amazing what we saw in East Africa. How a goat, a chicken, a rabbit can change the life of a family. It sounds funny. If I give you a chicken, a live chicken right now, what are you going to do with it? Probably it's a problem to you, because you don't even know what to do with it. My kids have never seen a live chicken like being the use of that chicken. You don't even know what to do with it. But we're here to tell you today that a chicken can change the life of a family forever.
In a lot of the areas where the goat is part of our programming, families that we work with there, they're making their living off of the land. And so the goats that are provided offer improved nutrition, they offer an income stream that's not dependent on weather. The goats make an awesome investment. And they make sense because they're easy to care for. They go off and they forage around for food. They enhance gardens with their manure. I mean, there is no shortage of the benefit of a goat.
Friends, we were opportune to visit a village in Uganda. I saw this lady. That was mine in the right-hand side, I believe. She told me she started this program. She started with 2 goats. That was 2017. We went to that village. There were goats everywhere. I was scammed like. There were goats. Goats are more than people in the community. You couldn't believe it. She can testify with this. I'm like, goats everywhere. I was just amazed. I said, please, when I come back to Canada, I'm going to share this story. They started 2017. Right now, there were ghosts all over the community. And I told her, and I asked her, how can we help? He said, don't need to help me. We are good. That's a sentence that is very hard to hear from people in the global south, that I'm good. So she told us she used to live in that house, the house on the right-hand side. Now she built another house, and she has a guest house. She has almost 30 goats, and she bought a cow, and next year she's going to buy a plot of land to start cultivating. Friends, from just 2 goats from 2017. That's the work of the gift catalog. And again, without the congregation like yours, this kind of transformational stories won't be possible. Because of your support, financial support, and your prayers, we'll be able to touch more than 30 countries and almost more than 2,000 villages and millions of families are beneficiaries of these programs. Now, this picture is when I went to Guatemala last 2 years. I saw a community. Now, what they do when they receive the gift catalog from the chicken, they have like a community group to get the chickens. They start producing them. Now, we don't just give them animals. Sometimes they don't really have that skill, abilities, and skills to train, to take care of animals. So we run programs, how to train the animals, how to even business initiatives, maybe how to sell them, maybe chicken, if it's a goat, the milk, the cheese. We run them through all these programs, how to take care of them so that they can prosper without us being there all the time. So that's why sometimes we go to the community and give them the gift from the catalog, the chicken, the goat. Before you should know it, within 2 or 3 years, if you come back there again, they are flourishing. There will be goats and chicken everywhere. I'll tell you a story. When I went to Guatemala, and we were driving to a village, and you know those little huts in those villages, and we saw fire, like smoke coming from these huts. So we were kind of wondering, maybe there's fire. Our field staff started smiling. And I asked him, why are you smiling? He said, because there is food they're cooking. They cook with firewood. I'm like, if it's in Canada, if I see smoke in my neighbor's house, I will call the fire department. But right there, when they see smoke, people are happy because there's food coming, there's food going on. They're going to eat. So that's to tell you the context of how some global villages, how they succeed with all these little things. So when you have just even $5, 2 little chicken of $2 can change their lives. So in this community, they started, I believe, 2010. But right now, they have more than 10 different community chicken rearing where they can sell the eggs, the meat, and sell the chicken so that they can start other things like buying land and cultivating, getting into agricultural progresses. So here we have the gift of animals. As I said, they live off the land. They use the animals to sell the meat, to sell the cheese, the milk, to go to the market to buy things. From there, they can come back home, provide for their families. So that's exactly the big impact of this gift catalog that the kids are actually trying to raise during the match break. And I have to commend the kids of being involved in this kind of project. It's an amazing thing. While other kids are busy going on Florida, they are here trying to raise funds for the global community. That's a great thing. And again, I care with my kids. We are going to steal this initiative to go back to Kitchener. I attend Community CRC in Kitchener. We are going to steal your project. Sorry, Emily, we're going to steal it to go back to my community and start this project for the next match break. So I'm going to ask Giselle to come up to share some of the stories we witnessed in some of the trips.
Good morning, everybody. Well, the story I was going to share is pretty much what Chidi told you about chickens. That's kind of where my heart is with chickens. Chidi is known as the goat guy. He's the goat whisperer. So, what we know about chickens, how can chickens change somebody's life? As Chidi said, they start with eggs. And then, as you know, sometimes chickens have multitudes of eggs, and then people start selling to other neighbors, people in the community, and then they start gaining income from that. Now, World Renew's gift catalog allows people to give to others around the world. And it's like the parable of the mustard seed, the smallest gift given in faith and with love grows into multitudes. And just like Christ was able to provide food for thousands with just 5 loaves and 2 fish, the smallest gift that you give makes Christ turn that into miracles for people all around the world. And thank you so much, Dunnville, Bethel CRC. The kids that you all have here are amazing. We have received funds from you before, from your Sunday school. And this wonderful initiative through Emily, thank you, Emily, for including us in this. This is going to go a long way. And I know that you're starting off with 2 chickens, so that's great, and you're ending with goats. So we just want to wish you all God's blessings throughout the week for your fundraising. And this is such a lovely congregation, and thank you for the peppermints from the kind gentleman in the middle. So we just want to wish you all the best, and thank you so much for welcoming us here, and we wish you all God's blessings throughout.
Yeah. Thank you, Giselle. So let me just wrap up by saying we really appreciate your church, and we want you to please keep us in your prayers. Without prayers, money is nothing. Without prayers, the mission won't go nowhere. Our field staff, they are working in precarious situations, in conflict zones, in very harsh environment. So we really, really need your prayer so that this mission will keep on going for the next 62 years. Thank you very much, church. God bless you.